Okay. Lock knives again. I don't remember if I've made this video before, but here it is anyway. In the UK, it is illegal to carry a lock knife just because you feel like carrying it. Unlike something like these, which are non-locking knives and they're under 2 inches, you know. I can legally carry these for a good reason because they're under 2 inches and they don't lock. Okay, just a couple examples of locking knives. Locks. Can't close it without pressing a button. Can be locked in place by turning the collar. These two knives, because they lock, makes them illegal to carry without a good reason. You know, good reason being fishing or work or something like that, or camping. But you can't, you know, I can't just put this multi-tool in my pocket and go for a walk in the park. I can't do that, it's illegal. Doing so can get you a £4,000 fine and 5 years in prison. Why though? What's the point in that law? To me, that's just creating a danger for the user. Because if you're using a knife like this, it doesn't lock. You know, you're cutting your apple, you're cutting a piece of thread, you're doing some whittling in the woods, anything. It's fairly likely to close on you, and I've had this a couple of times. It can get you quite a bad cut. I mean, I've not had a bad one, but it could be painful at times. And another thing as well that I've never actually seen anyone mention is, because these are slip joints, when you close them, once they get to a certain point, they snap closed. And I've gotten myself like that a few times. Even on a Swiss Army knife, especially on a Swiss Army knife, that's what happens to me the most. See, it snaps quite a bit. With something like a liner lock, with a liner lock knife, that's not really a problem. That doesn't happen. But anyway, if you were using your knives for the purposes that they're designed for, you're more likely, you the user are more likely to be injured by a non-locking knife because they don't lock, because they fold. See, the lock on the knife is just a safety feature. That's all it is. I mean, especially in a world of health and safety, you know this. Especially in the UK, it's health and safety this and risk assessment that. Well, why can't I carry a lock knife then? Because the lock's there for my safety. I can't understand why the government seems to think that extra piece of metal, you know, makes this from a tool and a weapon. Doesn't really make any sense at all. See how easy that is to fold? When it's locked though. Now, I believe the reason for this being the law is the government seems to think if the knife locks, if you were to attack someone, if it'll fall on your finger. I've kind of disproven that. I mean, it may sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I've tried this on a piece of carpet with several knives. I've made a video of that actually. I've tried with a bunch of different knives that I have here to see what happens if you stab them in a carpet. Even the Swiss Army knives didn't close when I stabbed them in a piece of carpet, and it depends how you do it as well. I mean, something like this, if you stab it in a piece of carpet, it only folds after it's went about that far in. So, and you could just say, just ban carrying knives. Well, a lot of us need knives. We carry them for a reason. Some don't, but some do carry them for a reason. You know, me, I do. I mean, it is quite useful to have, especially a multi-tool or a Swiss Army knife. But stopping the good people like me, carrying a lock knife doesn't stop idiots from using other kinds of knives. Like the kitchen knife. I seem to be picking on this kitchen knife quite a lot actually. You know, using a kitchen knife or even any other fixed blade, you know, skinny knife. I doubt they would use something like this one. These are expensive. I've never really heard of a Ned or a gang member using something like this. But you're not going to stop them doing that though, just by stopping the rest of us carrying knives. The lock's a safety feature. That's what I'm saying.